It's always amazing how many people are here, and it's great how many people are here. And I think so I wanted to stand up to see all the way into that far corner. Drugs and alcohol, Public Health England, it's about time. One of the things that we've been criticised for, the NCA's always been, and we've always supported this do. One of the things we've been criticised for before in the past has been the split between drugs and alcohol. Public Health England gives us an opportunity to right that historic wrong. And there's immense opportunities flow from that. It never did make much sense other than politically to split the two off, so we now have an opportunity to bring it back together, bring drugs and alcohol back together in their rightful place. There's real opportunities to join things up in this, but like with everything else, we need to do it the right way because there's threats and challenges in it as well.
Level, looking at the national picture, the new public health service, I'm thinking it'll be the same old faces but with less influences, and where could the old faces get us?
Presumably the same old faces means me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, if you take me as a proxy for the NTA will be moving into Public Health England, and I would say this, wouldn't I? That is a good thing, because if you think back 10 years ago, yeah, when there were fewer than 80,000 people able to get access to treatment, when the majority of them dropped out within the first few weeks, when very few people completed treatment, where the notion of recovery was poo-pooed by doctors frequently. It seems to me that we've actually moved a long way. And it's very easy to focus on what we haven't got. And I think we need to focus on where we've got to. So I think some, and I'm excluding myself here because I'll be getting my bus pass soon. For some of the old faces to still be around, I think is absolutely necessary for continuity, and also because a lot of them have not done a bad job.
Have I ever been told not to give an inhaler to somebody who continues to smoke? Has it ever been written in any document that people should be treated as human beings in exactly the same way? And that's why I think it always does come back to stigma. There is also evidence that using opiate substitute treatment is not a block to recovery, is not a block to reaching abstinence if that's where you want to go. Where the recovery movement got some ammunition was actually in Glasgow, where, I don't know if anybody knows about the methadone system in Glasgow. For many years, it has always been forever supervised consumption. So you cannot get it in any way in Glasgow. That is inhumane treatment. It may be useful for the first couple of years. Why wouldn't you fight against that? And I think methadone and buprenorphine and all of those things are fantastic. I prescribe them lots. And I think when they're used well, they are extremely good drugs. If they're used badly, and I'm sorry that some of my profession have given out a script and that's all you do, that is not treatment. That is not treatment.
We're all forgetting HMPs, forced reduction. Sent to prison. I've done 11 years in jail. I've done about 6 detoxes, thrown in a cell with nothing, just a blanket. So what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, any forced detox in prison is illegal. I mean, that's as simple as that. There's compensation to be had from the home offices and any need to be close to go cold turkey, so that comes in
circumstances in which stigma can be useful, and the quick answer is no, I don't see any circumstances. And I think for me, I've become sort of immune to stigma because probably I've lived with it for so long that I just walk through it and I don't actually realise it's there. And then every now and again, I was talking to somebody earlier and saying, you know, I walk into Marks and Spencer's now and again, and I'm actually quite not respected, I just kind of carried away, but they know if I walk in, then I'm not going to walk away with half the shop. You know, I do pay. But yet, when there's, and that was many, many years ago, when there's a different store detective in there, I know he watches me. And I was talking to a colleague today about it, and she was saying, is it me? Do I actually think that? And I think I probably do behave a bit differently. I sort of think, I've got to look really honest now, you know? And because I do that, I look really shifty. You know? Look what I'm wearing today, look what they make me wear. My credibility as a fashionista is gone. I'm going to be stigmatised forever as somebody who's got absolutely no dress sense. I have to blame DDN.
That people are withheld pain relief drugs because of their history of drug use. Yeah. That is a shocking indictment on our society. Police is working very hard to challenge stigma with our Nice People Take Drugs campaign, so sign up to the website.
But stigma can make us unite, yeah, as a user network, yeah, and we can fight this, you know. It's like the amount of changes we've managed to produce in the system in the past 10 or so years, you know. Come on guys, let's get together and fight this, you know, let's unite and fight, you know.
Payment by results is a proposal by the government to incentivise service providers to receive money based on the outcomes they achieve. And I had a look at the process we're at this stage is there's going to be 6 pilot programmes. They've already put the invitation for tenders out. Next week is the deadline, and it's expected that these programmes will go live by September. The issue with payment with results is the devil in the detail, and we don't know what exactly how these models are going to work. We don't know if funding is going to be mixed. So, for example, there is a static amount of funding provided to treatment providers with the results benefits being added on, or whether it's going to be a pure payment by results. And I think another of the problems that we have with regards to service providers is that we need to be really flexible in these outcomes, otherwise we could be in a situation where service providers are cherry-picking clients. Yes. So what they will do is, as someone is closer to that outcome, they will be more willing to take them on. The further away they are, the more unlikely it is that they will be able to engage in the service. And there needs to be safeguards in place.
The quality of the debate and the questions here is every bit as sophisticated and incisive as the questions that are being asked in Whitehall about this. And there aren't very clear answers to an awful lot of this yet. Yeah? It has to be sorted out. As has already been said, not only will this be piloted over the next 2.5 years, but there's also going to be a 6-month period of co-design with the areas that are actually given responsibility for it. So the 6 areas that do it, there'll be a co-design period. If you are, if it's one of the areas that you live in, then get involved in that co-design in order to make sure that issues such as cherry picking are actually addressed.
But what we are seeing is attempts being made to co-opt, to colonise, to control, and to degrade. Right? Different from hijacking. We're also seeing a lot of agencies such as the NTA hanging on and retaining power.
We're all talking about recovery and money. How can we put a price on recovery? Because no 2 people recover in the same amount of time. Everybody's journey is different. And I'd like to say about stigma. I am proud that I was an alcoholic because I wouldn't be the person I am today.